Hello, 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 friends and family. Okay, this illustration will be on Family Feud configurations. Now, for those of you that have visited the RusnakCreative.com website and downloaded one of these games, in particular this one, the Family Feud, you notice that the instructions are a little ambiguous, so going through there without having a good visual can probably cause a little confusion. And therefore, I'm producing this video to help deconfuse those that have struggled with the same areas I have in configuring this game. So let's start from the first slide, shall we? Now on the left side, you got my slide planes. Naturally, I'm showing you my slide deck for here, and there's quite a few slides here. All right, so right now we're looking at roughly about maybe 11 slides in total. But for what you're seeing down here, I've already created a couple of slide decks here, which I'm going to take you through and explain why I created those multiple slide decks. So first thing is going to be the start game settings. Now when you start this game, as you know, you have to play this game from the slideshow. So that's bottom right down here. You're going to click on that little icon, say slideshow, and that's how the game is going to be activated. Okay? And you should get another screen that's going to, a little warning note that'll pop up and tell you to actually start this game. And then you'll be able to start it. And then you're going to have the whole bells and whistles with the sounds and everything on the game, the X's as well. The X's. Alright, so the next slide deck, on number 2, it tells you the game settings, right? This is right now set for 10 seconds. This is the original game as they play. You're asking each individual player a question. They have 10 seconds to give you their answer. When you're going through fast money, naturally, the one player that's going to be on the deck, they have 20 seconds to answer the question. And then the player that's behind the screen, they come back out after player 1 has finished answering all the questions. And we reveal the answers to player 1, let them know the total score that they received. Player 2 comes out, and then that player has 25 seconds to answer questions. And then we'll reveal the answers at the end of that, and let them know their score, and then the total score between the two, players 1 and 2. And it should, if they reach 200 points, then naturally they win the prize. However, if they're below that 200 points, then they did not meet the objective. Okay. All right. So here, how to edit, how to use game rules. It's going to tell you that you have to put this in slideshow mode in order to expose these clicks here. Okay. So nothing here is clickable. See that? I can't click here. Can't click here. Can't click here. It won't do anything unless I'm in slideshow mode. Okay, so slide 3. Slide 3, this will come up during the game. And it's going to pop up and say team 1, team 2, yada, yada, yada. And again, this is all in slideshow mode. Then that's when we're going to actually hit start here, and it's going to start the actual Family Feud game. Okay, so the first slide we're going to really get involved with right now is going to be slide number 4. Naturally in here, I already filled these out, right? These are the games I've already done. Alright, so here, this is where you're going to be able to edit. So I'm going to let you know what I do as a pointer. Okay, this is my own thing. I take the question and answers and I place down here, okay, into my submenu, right, my footnotes area. And that's just so when I'm looking on my presenter screen, which is my display to the left side, which you don't have visibility of right now, but I can drag it over here and just show you. This is on my other monitor. It's going to look kind of funny right now because I'm using my recording software to record this. So if I drag it over there, naturally you'll see a whole bunch of windows. But I have another window on the left side, and I can see this slide, and I can see my footnotes. But when we're in slide presentation mode, you're not going to see this. The only thing you're going to see is the big screen of the game. All right, so moving right along. I'll take my little slider right here, move it to the far right, and this is where we're going to put the question, right? Your first question. So we just click one time here, drag, and I can type in whatever I want to type in. This is my question area, right? So this is where I'm going to put down my question area, and I put a question mark, right? That's where you're going to put your question. So I'm going to undo that. Right where it was, okay, because I'm not going to change it, right? All right, so that's where you put your question. Now you're going to come over here to put your answers on the board. All right? Come over, do the same thing. One click in here, drag over. This is my question, so my answer is going to be computers, right? And then I click here, and then I give it a value. Left, 3, and then a 2, right? Delete. Okay, and that's how you do all of these, okay? So remember, I like to click just one click in front of the letter of the word, and then I'll drag over, and then I can start typing. So it's going to type over that whole word there, right? So you're going to do that correspondingly throughout all of your answers. Once you're finished with your answers, you have your question, you have your answers. Then you're going to go back over to your slide deck. You're going to do a right click on this slide. Now, to know which slide is being edited right now, you're going to have it'll be highlighted in red. The number will be highlighted in red. See that? So we're on slide deck number 4. So just right click on the slide, right click, and you're going to click on duplicate slide. Okay? So what we're going to do is I already have 4 of them on here. Now we want to have a total of 5 slide decks for the games, because those are going to be considered rounds. Alright, so we're going to make 5 rounds. So I have 4 right now, so therefore I'm going to duplicate number 7, slide number 7. I'm going to duplicate slide. Alright, you see it's giving me slide number 8 right now. Okay, and wait, how do I know I'm working on slide number 8? Because slide number 8 is red. Alright? So therefore, this one I'm going to change the answers to, because this is a replica of slide number 7. So I'm going to change the questions and answers here. So my questions and answers for slide number 8. And just to let you know what I do, if I'm just going to try to drag questions and answer from Word or whatever the case may be, that won't work because it'll mess up the format. Note, please use Notepad. Put all your stuff in Notepad, and then once you put it in a Notepad, you can easily cut and paste it right over here, and it won't mess up the format or change it. Okay, so that's what I'm going to do right now. So let's go over to the far right. You got slider, put the question in first. So my question is here. So I'm going to click one time here, drag it over the whole thing, Control V to paste it, right? Good job. So I got my question there. Now I'm going to slide over so I can put my answers in, right? Okay, and I'll put the value there. So here, tap once, then tap it again. Highlight the whole thing, and V. Change the value to be 28. The next one, if it's small, if you click one time, then click again in front of the word, then drag over. And if it's just one word, I'll just type it in. It's easy to type it. You do it, cut and paste that. And this is going to be 2. And then the next one. Now, I've experienced this to where we played with the family. Yesterday we had a great time. But one thing I did realize, when this question came up when somebody said social media, do we consider that to be internet? So, I think that internet and social media should be different, because I could be on the internet without being on social media. So I'm going to put internet, and then I'm going to put another area up here for social media. How about that? Okay, so I'm gonna say internet's gonna be 16 points. And then I'll put down, I'll put social media here. I'll give social media here. Now, I'll put social media at lower value because I already said internet there. So I'm going to go here, I'm going to say the mall. Right? Mall times. Alright? How about here, let's say friend's house. Whose house? Friend's house. Friend's house. And then here, if it's blank, I'll put social media. There you go. Okay, so let me get some values here. So mall 12. Okay, friend's house, I'll give that 10. And for social media, I give it 5. Okay, and that's good. And that's how we do that. All right, so we have a question and we have our answers. And now if I add up, because I like for my actual total be less, about 90, 95, no more, no, don't go over 100, right? So if everything exceeds 100, then I know that I'm going to change the values there. So what I like to do, I like to add them up. So let's say 28 plus, what is it, 22 plus 16 plus 12 plus 10 plus 5, and that's going to equal 93, which is a good round score, okay, because it's less than 100, and that's good. All right, so now we have all 5 of our rounds already established. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Very good. Okay, so the next one we have to do is slide number 9 here. All right, this is for your sudden death. All right, so my sudden death, I put this question, who was the 44th president? Okay, so the first person that comes up, the answer is going to be Barack Obama, 70 points, which is really irrelevant because there's only one person who's going to be able to get that answer correct anyway, right? Between the two challengers. All right, so finally, okay, finally, the area that gave me the most problem, that's why I'm producing this video illustration, was the fast money round. All right, so now we start the fast money round. Here's the first display screen. And what I've done, I've already prepared my questions and answers in my notepad and gave some actual values to each one. So now the trick to this, what I've realized so far is that once we get started and you start asking the questions, it's probably best unless you're a fast typist, okay, you type it out quickly, but going from putting the answer in and then the score is going to take a little time. So what I do, I prefer just to write it down, boom, 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 put a score, write it down, put a score, write it down, put a score. Okay, so what I do when I tell them, address them, then I put the score down. I say, okay, let's just wait, and then I give them the score value at that point, and then the total by itself at the end. So let's just go through this real quick. All right, so turkey sandwich, and I said the value of the turkey sandwich with the points. I think that well, I made a mistake. I wasn't supposed to push this play again because we're already in play mode, right? So if we're already in play mode, that's a nursing home, and that was worth 30 points. And then I said magazine, and that was worth 21 points. And then I said food, and that was worth 28 points. And last one was cheesesteaks, which is worth 29 points. And then I'm going to say return to the book board. Right? Now here, we're going to click up here. I'm going to say my question again, give the answer, and then hit the one place. I'm going to say, besides a hospital, name another place a nurse might get a job. Nursing home. Total score 30. Then I say, besides books, name something you find in most school libraries. Magazine. Score 51. And then I say, besides fish, name something sold at a tropical fish store. You said food. Survey says 28. And besides pizza, name something a pizza place might serve. You said cheese stick. Survey said 29 points. Okay, good job. And now we're going to clear the board for player 2 to come out. Okay, so I say, this next player ready. Okay, so what I'm thinking is that the second player will have to come on with blindfolds on. Alright? Once they come with blindfold, then we can go through their questions and answers. Right? Because naturally we don't want them to have visibility of the board. Okay, so next player on deck. Set time for 25 seconds. We're going to start this now. Okay, and naturally we have this player 2 answer key form here. So I'm going to push play, and here we go. Time is on. So at Thanksgiving, they have food. They go turkey dinner. They're going to say dressing, right? And then after that, besides hospital, name another place a nurse might get a job. And then they're going to say health center, all right. Besides books, name something you find in most school libraries. They're saying computer, okay. Besides fish, name something sold at a tropical fish store. They say food, so I'm going to try to name something else. Then they say aquarium, alright. And then last, I'm going to say besides pizza, name something that a pizza place might serve. They say cheesesteaks, name that. Say name something else, then they're going to say salad. I'm going to say well done. Alright, so I'm going to give them a total score. Right now, I'm going to put the scores in right quick. So they said dressing. Alright, I'm going to give them, and then they said health center on this one. I'm going to give them, and they said computer on this one. So I'm going to give them, and they said aquarium on this one. So I'm going to give them, and then salad on this one. Okay, move it back out of here. Then I'm going to say click on return to big board, right? Return to big board. Alright, so now I'm going to say, I'm going to go up here now. So we're going to go down to questions for player number 2, reveal the answers and the survey points. And so I say, after Thanksgiving, name a food you make all of the turkey leftovers. The answer is dressing. Total point 35. And the next question. Besides a hospital, name another place a nurse might get a job. You said health center. Survey says 21. Besides books, name something you find in most school libraries. You said computers. Survey says 40. And I was asked, besides fish, name something sold at a tropical fish store. You said aquarium. Says 36. My last question, besides pizza, name something a pizza place might serve. You said salad. Survey says 16. And that's the total. Very good. That was the end of the game.